Okay, here's what we're gonna do. There are no critical clues, and there's 2 more towns in the game, but there are no more critical clues to really find. We know everything about the game at this point. We're just going to go over here. Oh, here's a lake. We know what to do at a lake, though. We kneel at the lake, right? This is the Bodley Lake. I'll put the rib back on. We'll end up here on Boutot Road. And Boutot Road has a very helpful NPC over here for us. Now, I mentioned we didn't complete this game as kids because we never figured out the tornado trick. Burn away evil with my flame whip. But that being said, I have very vivid memories as a child of using this whip. So, one of 2 things has happened here. Either we used a Game Genie to get this whip, so I got to play around with it as a little brat, or one of us somehow did figure out that tornado at some point. But I have 2 very conflicting memories. Because I do have very vivid memories of using this flame whip as a kid. Oh, we want a golden knife through here. But I also have very vivid memories of not being able to finish this game, so I have no idea. These platforms are close enough together you can just jump. Yeah, just get wrecked, nerds. It's nighttime, so you're all gonna die in one hit. You're gonna drop my hearts back. Alright, and we're gonna laurel our way through the marsh here. Through the Joma Marsh. Now, I mentioned that the cliff is the far west edge of Transylvania, and the Castlevania is on the east edge. Here's our last mansion. This one's pretty straightforward. We don't have any clues to find. We just got to find an oak stake and we can get on out. So if we continue west from here, we can go through that marsh. We'll end up in another cemetery. The Carmilla Cemetery, as it happens. I gotta go this way. And you know what I want to do is not get hit by this spearman, which means we'll jump from here and throw a knife. Jump from here and throw a knife. They're not equipped. Laurels are equipped. That's why they didn't work. Because the cemetery on the other side of the marsh is the cemetery on the other side of Algiba where we got the silver knife. And there is a platform there, a high platform, that if you're traveling east to west, like we would be if we continued west from here, you have to jump down from the platform. But there's no way to jump back up. It's a one-way jump. So, when you take the tornado actually drops you closer to the eastern edge of the map. And then if you proceed west from there, you'll go through the march, you'll land in the cemetery, you'll do the one-way jump, end up back in Algiba, then have to walk back from Algiba to the first town of the game, Jova. I want to go up or down here. I want to go down here, I think. And then from Jova, you continue to the west, as we did. And if you continue west down that road all the way, you will end up at Deborah Cliff, which is the westmost part. But if we go east from here, I'm going to use a laurel here, because he fills up my bag. And I don't know a better way to get through those spikes without taking stupid damage. So, yeah, if we end up east from here, we'll go back, we'll pass through Bodley Mansion again. Oh, I didn't get an oak stake. Oh, god dang it, I need to get an oak stake. Past Bodley Mansion, which we've already cleared. And then eventually end up at Castlevania. Castlevania has rocks guarding it that you have to break in order to get in. But you can't do that unless you have all of Dracula's body parts and an item called the Magical Cross, which we will get inside this mansion. That's right, you've got to go up to get the oak stake, and then you can backtrack. A lot of people will do this Mansion fourth and do Bodley Mansion last, just because you land from the whirlwind just outside of Bodley Mansion, but then if you head this direction, you can power up your whip, come over here and complete Laruba Mansion, and then just hit Bodley Mansion on the way back. But then you miss that clue that tells you the name of the mansion, and then what are you supposed to do? Actually, there might be clues in here. You know what? I actually don't know. We'll equip the eye, and there's nothing shooting us, so let's equip the eye instead of the rib. And if we see a clue, well, we'll learn something together. We are going to have to waste one more laurel. No, I guess we don't have to. But they give you free laurels here. Oh, we have to. That's the one-way jump. Much like the one-way jump in Carmilla Cemetery. Okay. They give you the laurels here because you have to use laurels to get across that swamp. Will you give me more? Yes, he'll just pull me back up. And I guess they didn't want to trap you here if... Oh, you know what? I'm going to need my rib for the boss. They didn't want to trap you here if you didn't have any more laurels in reserve. So they give you some to get back across the marsh on the way out. Isn't that special? I need a dagger. So we're going to fight the next boss, Carmilla. Here's the thing about the golden dagger. Is the only boss in the game that doesn't kill super fast is Death. And that's only because you have to kill Death to get the golden dagger. I mean, you can fight Death as much as you want. I'm sure the golden dagger would kill him pretty quickly. Is that all you're going to do? There we go. There is a person in a town that tells you to use the knife on Carmilla, but this is something I think a reasonable player would figure out. Because the golden knife is so good, I think they would try it against bosses. I don't think you need to read a clue that says use the best weapon in a game against the boss. Really? How did I manage that? I have never, ever seen that happen before. But oh my god, that's hysterical. That's so funny. I just missed the crystal ball. I've never done that before. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Woo! Welcome to Brickroad cocking up Castlevania. I mean, more than I did when I did a Let's Play of Castlevania. It took me 30-something videos to win the game. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Honestly, I didn't know the oak stake was a one-time thing. I thought it took it from your inventory after you hit the crystal ball with it. I guess I've just never missed the crystal ball with an oak stake before. That's funny. That's funny. And you know what? What's going to keep you up nights is, did I do that on purpose? You know, I think I can climb and go around. Like, yeah, did I plan that? Did I do that on purpose for the comedy factor so I would have a funny moment in my Let's Play video? We're going to say yes. We're going to say that I did that on purpose. We're going to say that I'm a funny guy. I did that on purpose. Just to amuse you. I'm here to amuse you people. That's literally my job. It's the only reason this YouTube channel exists, is to amuse the wonderful masses. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being the wonderful masses. You know what? I'm going to diamond this guy just because I don't think we'll ever diamond another monster in the game, so... 5 diamonds, huh? Alright. The bosses respawn, by the way. When you kill them, they immediately come back. Whew! Let's not screw up the oak stake this time, my goodness. Alright, that one was on purpose. I'll be honest, that one I didn't... It was too good to pass up. You can't blame me for... I'll fast forward, don't worry about it. Home would be like, dude, what am I made of oak stakes? What'd you do with the first 2 I gave you, asshole? Did I just buy another one? Did I just... mean, I'm betting Carmilla's getting sick of looking at me. She's like, dude, I don't know. Simon just came around and... So the ring, I don't think does anything. I don't think the ring has a function. I think it's just something like the magic cross that you have to get to complete the game. I might be wrong about that, but I think the way it breaks down is like this. You need the magic cross to get into Castlevania. Otherwise, the destructible blocks, which you can use either holy water or Dracula's nail to destroy, will not break. If you have the magic, the holy cross, but you don't have all of Dracula's parts, when you get to Dracula's room at the end of the game, nothing happens. I think that's how it breaks down. I've actually never gone all the way to Castlevania with the cross, but without all of the parts, so I can't confirm that 100%, but that's what makes sense to me. But unlike the other 4 parts, Dracula's ring does not have an actual function. I mean, we're going to be using a lot of laurels, though. I mean, we've got 5 more. We might as well use a whole bunch of laurels. We got a couple of marshes to go through, is the problem. And... yeah, I have no idea if we'll... we might have screwed ourselves out of the ending. But okay, we gotta go back this way now. Let's put on the laurels. Takes 3 to get across this screen. I'm pretty sure. It's gonna run out. Yep, okay. 3, and then there's another screen later. Might actually only take 1. Oh, let's... golden knife. Oh good, these fireballs are gonna just be with me for a minute now. That's... incredible. Incredible. Don't have to worry about these platforms. No problem. We want to kill these firemen as soon as possible because their little projectiles they throw travel along the ground and are very, very difficult to dodge if you don't keep on top of them. So we do try to keep on top of them if we can. But from here, it's just a straight shot to Castlevania. We're going to walk. There's 2 more towns, but we're not going to explore them. There's nothing useful in them. As far as clues go, I think you find a clue that says you need the magic cross. But other than that, there's a church in one of them. But other than that... and then the very final town in the game is mostly empty. Except for an NPC that says, "Let's live here together forever." Like some terrible old lady wants to marry Simon. So this is the town of Dovoy. I believe it's Dovoy. And then the final town that we'll go through is called Yomi. And... yeah, there's nothing useful in those towns. There's a church right there if you want a church, but... we don't need no church. Oh, we do want to... oh, goodness. I mean, that was going to happen, right? I usually come through the screen on daytime. If it's night, you want to throw... oh, I don't have any hearts, though. Oh, shoot. The same thing's going to happen again! Nope, 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 nope. I do need hearts, though. Because the flame whip during the day will kill them in one shot, but at night you need the golden knife. Being super low on hearts is not good. Let's do this. $16 hearts. It's day 8. So that's what happens if you lose all your lives and have to continue. It just spawns you back in where you lost your last life. My timing was all thrown off because of a lot of backtracking we had to do to Aldra. Here's the last town. Oh, you know what? I guess we can just... I guess I'll show you the old lady who wants to marry Simon. I guess we'll... Because it's daytime and we're coming on through, it's going to be nighttime in another 10 in-game hours. We'll check out the little old lady. Oh, she's adorable. Let's live here together. You got it. But first I gotta go see a man about a Dracula. You know what? I'm gonna take these hearts, but I'm not gonna use any... I'll just take the hits here. This is the last, like, dangerous screen of the game. And in daytime, the Fire Whip kills all these things anyway. Because you guessed it, the actual last boss, the Golden Knife, is really good against him too. Go ahead and equip the nail. That block there will not break unless you have the magical cross. And I don't know if time passes when you're inside of Castlevania or not, but it's the easiest level in the game. There's actually no monsters or anything. Let's see, 11:54. Let's give it a few seconds. Time doesn't pass here, it looks like. We are going to need holy water, though. We've got 34 hearts. I don't like the sound of 34 hearts. But I guess the idea is because the master is dead, because Dracula... The story of the game is that Dracula cursed Simon, and Simon needs to bring Dracula back to life and kill him again in order to lift the curse. Weird, but I think that's how it goes. So, because the master of the house is dead, Castlevania... The idea is it just kind of lays fallow for the moment, so it's not populated, there's no monsters here. It's just this creepy couple of rooms you walk through. Let's go ahead and equip our daggers here. 34 hearts. I don't know if that'll be enough knives. If it's not, I've got a backup plan. I don't have a backup plan. Let's go. Let's do it. Alright, Simon. So I guess if you don't have the ring, you only try to burn 4 things here, and then nothing happens. I think that's what... I don't really know. This is Dracula. You keep him pinned down with golden daggers. He's dead. We had plenty of hearts left. He's actually really difficult if you don't keep him pinned down, but I did. And yes, it looks like we got the second best ending, which I think just means that Dracula stays dead and Simon lives. Because it seems like it's inverted. Like if you beat the game, I think it's in the first 7 days. Simon dies, and then Dracula's hand comes up out of the grave. We must be in, like, the second ending, like 8 days to whatever, we get this. And then if you take, like, 70 days or whatever, if you take forever and ever and ever, you get a third ending. I forget what the third ending is, but it seems inverted, right? You think the whole peace may now return to the land should be the ending you get for beating the game within the shortest time span, but I guess this does mean I can't blame exploring all the towns. If I hadn't had to backtrack from Ondol to Aldra to Ondol to Aldra again, we would have been comfortably inside the first week of game time. But that's good, because the curse will be forgotten. Simon doesn't die. So there you go. Good ending of Castlevania 2. To me, like I said, it sounds like a bug. It's like some programmer screwed it up. This game has issues, but I still love it. I'm still glad that I was able to share it with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Shoutouts to Nicholas Valentiner for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.